This morning, I ate Timbits for breakfast. Free Timbits, mind you. Well, free in the sense that I used Tim Hortons points to get them. You know, the points I earned by spending real money at Tim Hortons over the past few months. Somehow, in the magical world of loyalty programs, spending points feels completely different than spending cash. Now, these Timbits weren't actually free. I could have used those exact same points to buy chili, something that would have replaced an actual meal and saved me real money. Instead, I spent them what I considered to be a treat, something that I might have been less likely to spend money on, like cash on. So in effect, I had spent money on Timbits. I'd just done it with extra steps and a slightly different currency. Welcome to the wonderful world of consumer psychology and how it makes you feel smart while possibly being played. I think companies have figured out that they can get us to think of their rewards as maybe play money, and then maybe we'll spend it differently than we spend real money. Tim Hortons is not alone in this game. Starbucks has convinced millions of us that stars are like fairy dust, and airlines have made miles feel so abstract that we'll blow 50,000 of them on an upgrade we'd never pay $400 cash for. These companies have tapped into something fundamental about human psychology. We treat different types of currency differently, even when they represent the exact same value. It's brilliant, really. Sneaky, but brilliant. So we can't really just blame the corporations because we play these same mind games all the time with ourselves, with currencies that have nothing to do with loyalty programs or marketing departments, unless you count our brain marketing department, which maybe it is. Take time, for instance. I might happily binge watch a chunk of Netflix series in a weekend, hours of pure entertainment. No guilt whatsoever. It's relaxation. But suggest I spend that same time on that same weekend learning guitar, and suddenly my brain turns into an anxiety-ridden worrier. Oh, if I'm going to spend time on this, I better become the next Eric Clapton by Tuesday. Or what if I don't have any natural talent, or I'm tone deaf? Or what if my neighbors call the police while I'm shredding Stairway to Heaven? I could just instead watch this show about competitive dog grooming and zero commitment required, zero chance of failure, and I'll definitely finish all 6 seasons by Sunday night. So at least I'll have accomplished something, right? Same currency, time, but a different mental accounting system. And then having selected a thing to do, even our attention operates on this dual currency system. We might scroll through social media, or stream shows for hours, letting our focus get pulled in and out of a bunch of different directions because it feels like we're not spending anything. But the moment we try to concentrate on something that might be more meaningful, like reading a book or having a deep conversation, working on a creative project, suddenly we're acutely aware of every distraction and the mental effort required to focus. Now, maybe you're thinking of your own version of this. Maybe it's vacation days. We'll use a week lying on a beach and rightly call it self-care. But taking a single mental health day to reorganize our lives or tackle a project we've been avoiding, that feels indulgent, wasteful even. Somehow we've convinced ourselves that some uses of our time are free while others have a cost. Social energy, I think, works the same way. We say yes to obligations we don't really want to, like happy hour at work or the neighbor's housewarming or the fifth cousin once removed's graduation party. Being agreeable feels free, but then we wonder why we're exhausted and have no energy left for the people we actually want to see. We forget that saying yes to things means saying no to something else. The truth is we're constantly earning and spending currencies we don't even recognize as currencies. Our energy, our focus, our time, our social goodwill, even emotional bandwidth, these are all finite resources and we allocate them in our lives. But because they don't come with obvious price tags, we spend them as carelessly as we might spend those free Tim Hortons points. Maybe the real mind game isn't what companies are doing to us, although they are gaming our systems. Maybe it's the elaborate accounting systems we're doing to ourselves, where some forms of spending seem legitimate and others seem frivolous. The loyalty program psychology works so well because it's tapping into something we do naturally. We compartmentalize value. We create different rules for different type of currency. We convince ourselves that some expenditures don't really count. So the next time you're spending points instead of cash, or watching TV instead of reading, or saying yes when you kind of want to say no, maybe ask yourself, which wallet am I spending from right now? And more importantly, what else could I have bought with this currency? Because whether we're talking about my ridiculous free Timbits this morning or time itself, nothing is ever really free. We're always spending something. The question is just whether we're spending it intentionally.